So right now here's my pathetic little gathering of sticks and limbs. A lot of it's just ground fall. It's already gotten wet, a lot of it. I have this pallet here. It's wet. It was laying on the ground, but it's all I have. I'm going to saw this up. Hopefully turn this into some kindling. Get it dried out enough to where I can actually use it, because this will be essential to keep the fire going. Walking around the homestead, I actually located some more pallets. And these aren't really that wet because they weren't laying on the ground. I probably need to concentrate on these and saw these up. And there wasn't a whole lot of damage to the homestead. I went ahead and let all the water out of this tank here, because just let the pressure off because it was completely frozen. This one you can tell now it's starting to melt off a little bit, but that'll change. That'll change. Once this bad weather comes in, we're getting sub-zero temperatures reports, rumors, reports. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. Okay, hello everybody. It's Survival Commando here with you. I'm not really real happy right now. Slightly stressed out a little bit. So it's a nice day. It's in the upper 40s about. Everything's starting to melt off. The big humps of snow is starting to kind of wash away a little bit. Problem is we have reports of some really bad weather coming back in again. So just as soon as we're getting out of this is really just going to be kind of a temporary. This is just going to be a temporary window of opportunity for me to try to replenish my supplies. I still have plenty of wood left. That's a good thing. But my fireplace too is old. It's not working efficiently like it used to. You have to do a whole lot of use a lot of kindling to get it flamed up. I think I'm going to replace it as soon as I can. But this weather coming in, it's January, so I got to expect that. Just a little bit irritated. It's Saturday. I have to spend the whole day doing this, most of the day, when I could be doing something, more interesting. But that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. That's one of the drawbacks to this particular lifestyle, is you have to have a lot of supplies on hand. You've got to really double up. You never have enough. You never have enough. I have plenty of toilet paper, plenty of food, plenty of supplies like that kind of thing. But when it comes to water and heating, it can be a challenge. But luckily there's not been any damage. There was no damage to the roof. A lot of heavy snow on that roof. Held up pretty well so far. Yeah, we'll see.
There's some little pieces somewhere here. Let me find them.
Got the white gravy, the mashed potatoes.
There's a little piece someplace. There's just no meat on it, though. See how little that is?
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, it's a lean wild animal.
it may be too tough to eat. I don't know.
We'll find out.
I tried putting plenty of flour and seasoning on it.
Only one way to find out. It's really good. And there's nothing like iced tea in a mason jar. She smells it. She's not going to get any. Okay, so the squirrel was pretty good. I shot 2 squirrels maybe a few weeks back. My mom had a bird feeder, like she was feeding wild birds, and they kept getting into the bird feeder and causing a mess, and it was driving her crazy. She said they'd been raiding the bird feeder for the past 2 years. She'd had enough of them. She says, well, if you shoot them, I'll cook them up. So she cooked them up for me with white gravy and everything, and so it's a good deal. I hate to shoot stuff sometimes because I used to be involved in martial arts a lot. I study a lot of Buddhist philosophy, and you know, the Buddhist part of me thinks that everything has a has a right to live, but I'm not against hunting or eating meat or anything like that. Definitely not. You know, I've hunted off and on my whole life, which is kind of part of it. Consuming natural flesh is all part of the natural life. But it's just, you know, sometimes you just have to get your gun and your ammo, and that's what it's for. Use your marksmanship skills and go out and blast. So that was really good. And plus, you know, game meat, big game, small game, is very, very nutritional. Very much so. I highly recommend it. I want you to look at this absolute mess. I've let this place back park go. I mean, it's just, some of this is probably just was usable lumber at one point, building materials. It's just rotted. I've let it go. Just lack of motivation. Look at all this wood here. This all needs to be stacked. This is a lot of leftover from last year. It's still usable wood, but I probably need to get this. It's pretty well seasoned at this point. But if it's frozen and covered with snow, it doesn't do me any good. Luckily, this time I stockpiled enough on the porch and inside the house that I was able to keep everything going for the time being. But we've got another wave of an attack coming. And I just kind of feel, I can just feel it in the air right now. I can just tell right now this is the calm before the storm. I mean, they say it's really just going to be just absolutely awful. A lot of people still have their vehicles stuck in from the first wave. A lot of abandoned vehicles on the streets. It's not good. It's a battle against nature. I still have this crap at the end of my driveway. I thought it was going to be hot and sunny today to get this stuff melted off, but I guess that's not the situation. I feel like now this is never going to melt off. It's just like a glacier. So here's all the pallets cut up that I had. I've got a few more out back that I can use. It doesn't look like a whole lot, but that will get me started. That will get me started. I've set up sort of a little pallet destruction center here. And I'll get some more of this wood put up. I'll probably have another day. Tomorrow, Sunday, I probably still have some time to do a little bit more work here, but I feel satisfied that at least I have a start here on what I needed to do for the situation to come. The good news is there's plenty of traction now. It was solid ice when it melted. It started to make like a glacier. Absolutely impossible to stand on. Right now, I just have to keep wiping the snow off the windshield. Well, here we go again. They've scraped the main roads though, is what they're doing. I'm actually behind the snow plow. It's the next day, and as you can see, the snow did come. It's pretty heavy so far, but you know, no big deal. I've got my 4x4. My parents had their four-wheel drive pickup truck. My mom, she's in her 80s, but she can actually drive the truck, and she taught herself how to use the 4x4. she wouldn't let anybody teach her. She learned on her own, so she can use it if she does want to get out on her own. But it's no big deal. But I'm glad that yesterday that I put up all of my kindling and my fire starting a material, because it might get really cold at this point. Anyway, so that's that. That's an update. See you in the next video.